Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, just giving a little talk about water placement. When you get a farm, I'm actually standing on the highway here, just off of the road here. And this is the farm that I leased in 1999 that ended up, basically, I got a lifetime lease on it. It's 147 acres, and there's another 40 on the back, so there's 187 acres in this farm, and it's hooked on to like 4 other farms. So we've got, I don't know, close to 400 or 500, yeah, about 500 acres right in here. And we've been able to really do some good to this farm. This is the one that had all broom sedge on it. So we placed, we've got pressurized water here. We set a meter right up here off the road, and this is county water. I don't mind county water as long as I don't have to stay on it for a whole month. You can kind of take it for, 7 to 10 days, and you got to pay for it. But this water that we have, I can water my cows on it for probably 2 weeks out of the month, and my water bill is going to be like $40. So 300 head, $40. That's pretty darn cheap water, especially when it's pressurized. Clean, good water. You can push it anywhere you want. You don't have to worry about a pump or a pressure tank because it's coming off the water line. Now, when you have pressurized water and you're paying for it, don't skimp on hoses. Get the best lifetime guaranteed hose you can get, and get the best valves. Don't get these little cheap valves that go on tanks, because when you're paying for water and that thing busts and you don't come back and check it, if you're moving your cows, let's say every 2 days, oh, that's going to be a pricey water bill. You're looking at maybe $200 to $300. Even 24 hours, it's going to be $150. So don't use latex hoses. Don't use cheap little valves. Get the best valve you can get on your water tank. We just don't find them broke anymore because we're using good stuff. But, it cost me a couple $100 to $150 water bills before I woke up and said, you know what, this is crazy. But with well-placed water, there's a hydrant right over there on that water pad. You come across the valley. I trenched it because I got a lifetime lease on here. I put another one over there on that fence line. You can see that tank. Now that is one of those frost-free tanks that I do not like. I haven't used that tank in probably 15 years. But I put it in when I didn't know any better, but now we don't use that. We just use a 50-gallon tank. In the wintertime, we pull a siphon on it. It goes onto the ground. And at night, we dump it and take it back to the shop with us. So we're only dumping out, in that 50 gallons, there might be 40 gallons of actual water in it. And the cattle in the wintertime don't need water at night. Okay? So take the tank with you. And this particular paddock here, it's about 20 acres. It's split into 4 permanent packs, and we further subdivide it with poly braid, I'm sorry. And then we go to the next farm over there. There's another 80 over there. And that 80 is fed from that same hydrant, and that line is above ground. Now in the wintertime, that above ground piping doesn't work very well. But I don't have a lifetime lease on that farm, and so I can take the water pipe with me if I ever lose that lease. We have had that farm since 2002, so we've had it 17 years. I could have buried it and just left it there for as much good as I've got at that water line. I probably should have buried it, but I didn't realize I was going to have it that long. Okay, we're going to be back here in about 60 days. There's quite a bit of feed left in here. Okay, we just grazed this about 25 days ago. And you can see what the frost is doing now to the clover. This is all red clover. It's putting a hammer on it. And by the time we get back here, see that? That's one that saw one of those 20-degree nights. But, there's still some that look like that. But in 60 days of, 2, 3, 4, 5 degree weather, that clover is all going to be brown. But we're still going to have the fescue left. And there is some bluegrass in here. It doesn't stockpile the best. But we got our trusty Kentucky 31 fescue here, which is going to carry us. Folks, every day you can graze, you're putting money in your pocket or keeping it there. Every day you have to feed animals hay, the money's going out of your pocket. This is all good feed, folks. we're going to get some grazing days off of this, and that's a day that we're not going to be feeding hay to our animals. So kind of looking forward to that. That's going to be a nice little deal. There are some manure paths here because, you know, it's 20 days ago. But you know what? We give this another 60 days rest. There's not going to be much left of them when we come back. The worms, you know, if we get some weeks where there's 45, 50 degrees, those worms will take those and you won't be able to find them. But there's just a lot of cover out here. This is the field that had solid broom sedge on it when we leased it. Now it's just full of just beautiful forbs and grasses. A lot of livestock feed out here. And we actually brought the sheep in here this spring, first time, and it was really neat because we do have a stand of Sericea lespedeza down there in that corner, and I'm telling you what, one treatment, you could tell a difference of those sheep, what they did to that paddock. They reduced the population on that Sericea by, oh gosh, I'm going to say 30%. They nailed it, and I got on it just right. It was about May 20th, that Sericea came up. It was tender, and those sheep absolutely devoured it. Took some of it right into the ground, okay? So some of those plants had a hard life this year. And so I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit on Sericea. If you got sheep or goats, you can really put some pressure on it at the right time of the year. Once it gets up about waist high and it's real woody, our cattle won't eat it. The sheep will kind of pick at it, but I found out if you'll brush hog it, let it come back vegetative, my gosh, it's about like offering them alfalfa. They absolutely go after it. The cattle, kinda, much better, but the sheep just adore it. They'll just take every single bit of it. So it's good feed. It's high in tannins. They're actually using it as a wormer in goats and sheep. So it was a pest problem plant. And I had a neighbor stop, by God, you better spray that crap. I'm like, I ain't spraying that. Oh, it'll be taking over your farm. Well, it hasn't taken over our farm because we found a way to get animals to eat it. Folks, this is going to be Greg Judy signing off, and it's a beautiful November. Boy, this year's went by quick. Beautiful November day, and the sun's out, and it's a great day to be alive and be a grazer. Everyone have a good one.